on the front row. Petrucci, Nakagami and Morbidelli are on row 3 ahead of Miller, Andrea Doviziozo. 10 times Aston winner Valentino Rossi back on the middle of row 5 with row 7 headed by Aprilia's Andrea Iannone. He's joined on that 7th row by McGinn.
Let's go out, a good start there from all on the front row. In fact, Marc Marques didn't get away too bad. Petrucci got it all back up. Quartararo's been pushed back to 4th place. Petrucci got away well. Nakagami trying to ride around the outside. Danilo Petrucci and Doviziozo.
How good is that, the caddy hole shot device? They get such a lightning launch off. Split up the inside of Vinales coming into turn 6 and 7. He ran a little bit wide though, running hot. Vinales finds a way straight back through.
Not had a win here since 1993. Good move that from Petrucci. Just lost the place to Nakagami. He takes it back again.
In his MotoGP career, Mir had a brilliant launch off the line. 5th up into 2nd place.
Fabio Quartararo leads across the line. Alex Rins in charge. There's Rossi. He's not made any headway at the moment. He's still in 14th. Of Mavrick Vinales as we now go into turn 5. The Ducatis of Dovizioso and Petrucci not quite able in the early stages.
Lost momentum, that's what allowed Quartararo to come on through. The top 5 have already got a bit of a gap back to Dovizioso.
Is now on board with Mavrick Vinales, number 12. He's in 4th and he makes a move. No, can't quite.
With the Quartararo to have a look at the inside at the timber chicane. We're on board with Vinales. No, he won't be close enough to strike.
But he can't make it. Now into sector 1. Mavrick Vinales, can he bite back at Marc Marques?
Well, we were looking from the to the Struve and they're side by side, going through Beachlang for the second bar. Is that going to allow Marques back through? No, he did make it stick at second bar. Oh, Rins is down! No way!
Of the race.
Oh, what a massive blow for his champ.
Mir's wide. It's a rookie 1-2. Quartararo leads.
What a shocking third. Here's Mir, well wide. Coming into turn number 15.
We couldn't have asked for a better start, really. Let's remember, he started way back in 11th on the grid, and there's Quartararo who leads from Marc Marques after that mistake from number 12.
His quickest man on the circuit is the world champion, a 33.712, about a 1/10 of a second quicker.
A lot of movement there from Quartararo. A huge tack slapper on the vane slap down. This has been a disastrous 3 rounds for Nakagami.
And Rossi's gone straight over to the Japanese rider, so it looks like potentially they were out in Barcelona. Of course, he crashed out of the lead in Malaysia, crashed when well set in the rain in Belanda.
Also near Petrucci and Morbidelli.
Turn 8, that's at Steckenbach. Rossi was behind Nakagami.
Blimey, that's fast, that's seriously fast, and we didn't see the start of it, so it's hard to know. He's looking up towards Marc Marques. Can he get close enough to make a move into the chicane?
In his hands, and rightly so. This is where it all went horribly wrong. On the brakes, 5th place, that's where he started.
Dovizioso's impressed me, and this is really brave, but no room at the inn on this occasion. There's so
and thousands splitting that top 3 at the moment.
Again, Fabio Quartararo on the power. That bike is just
to go with this lead quartet, Steve. He lost 3/10 of a second last time around. He dropped right back into the tent.
And the garage after what will look like a really fast crash.
Nil point in the last 3 races.
Is Yamaha. They are down on top speed, of course, don't forget. And again on entry there, it's looking...
Turn number 9. Oh, it was as tight as it was last year when they both ran.
He's alongside Mavrick Vinales. He just cannot quite pull the trigger.
Super tight through. Line's low 34s. Fastest man of the top trio last time around was Vinales. He was back in the 33.
Vinales has made him
lock on, get his sights set on his...
One of the fastest on the calendar. Up towards the Ramshook now. This is where Marques is supreme. It's a left-hander, of course. Yeah, just too wide from Vinales.
That's at turn 3.
Yes, it's happened again.
He has to shut off. He has to back out of it. I mean, Marques just took that without a fight.
We are, but Fabio's having an absolute nightmare down the back straight. Your thoughts, please? Him then. Well, he said this was Yamaha's race to lose, and he's really putting them through their pace and
chopped the throttle. He had no choice. He could not keep the Marques. Has he made a mistake in that first sector? He had to have done.
He looked like, well, as we just cut away there,
look at the speed that he loses.
It's just incredible. Incredible. And now here comes Mavrick Vinales. And wide.
Wasn't quite as big as the twitch he had in Q2 yesterday after the sector. He's not really ever been close enough to have a nibble on Marc Marques. Is he going to try and find a way up the inside?
Turn 9.
Quartararo's Yamaha down the back straight looks like jelly on a plate, doesn't it?
It's so much quicker than Marc Marques. He's almost in the way. That's the problem. There's no gap through there. It's one line. And whenever he...
Wrapped. Doviziozo's going to want to be careful as well, because he won't want his teammate Petrucci reeling him in. Good drop last time around.
Well, we know that Petrucci's got good pace in the cooler conditions. He showed that here on Friday. That out at the moment for Mavrick Vinales. Can he get close enough now then to launch a move? Yes, he can! Into the Timmer.
The baton takes the charge towards Quartararo. Back in your picture there, we can see Danilo Petrucci.
Onto the back straight we go. Quartararo, Vinales, Marques, and a 1.7 gap back then. Just marginally had that better pace than the world champion.
Yeah, we're in sector 4 now.
This is allowed Marques back into the score again. No. Whoa, what a race we've had, and as we cross the...
Quartararo, likewise Marques can't find a way through the strike on Vinales. Cal Crutchlow just said he's not going to sit behind Andrea Doviziozo, so just let him canter to fourth place. Petrucci's got first.
He's going to have to run wide there. How has he stayed on? He doesn't touch it.
So he's really struggling. Joan Mir now all over the back of the Italian.
Marc Marques up the inside into the Raptor. That's
beautiful,
fast.
beautiful.
He's a master there, and he's...
Is it fatigue with that arm pump operation after Mugello? Is it the tyres? Petrucci with it.
Vinales is now having problems on the back straight with that wind. Marc Marques is right on his tail. Where your tyres are going to be put to the test. Mavrick Vinales has had excellent pace all weekend.
Of championship contention. Coming into Assen, Vinales said, I can kiss goodbye to 2019. Forget it in terms of chance
wide. How many mistakes has Vinales made? Hammer blow to every opponent he's got in the World Championship. He doesn't need to do this, but he wants.
Look how quickly Vinales has got right back on him.
Brilliant.
He's going to move through into Hogerheider. It's not cumbersome, it's not like the Ducati, but more here, Crutchlow. He's got really good pace as the British rider.
Yeah, he's gone past Franco Morbidelli, who's dropping like a stone. Up the inside of Miller.
Yeah, Jack Miller said he came through at Mach 1. Cal did go and apologise post-race to him.
Yeah, Fabio Quartararo slipping back. He can't now lap into the 33s at all when they cross the line.
Is it a case of tyres or tired?
Teammate.
Not sure on the Crutchlow on that last lap as well, Steve, because he lost a...
Our answer all right. He is going for glory, as ever, on the poker.
Stop, as in Mike Leitner said, no technical problem.
Well, that's going to be proud to see if his teammate takes the spoils here in Assen, a race throw. Vinales, Steve, has just said his fastest lap of the race, a 33.7.
To limit the damage being done to him at the front. It's interesting how it ebbs and flows in MotoGP. Sometimes
for the start-finish straight, this is the battle for fourth spot. They're a long, long way behind Fabio Quartararo.
Big does it, but Mavrick Vinales again, half a second up through sector 1. It's sector 3 and 4 where he's doing enough is enough. But while it's at half a second, there's no way he's giving it up.
He'll be getting the message on the dash, he'll be thinking, come on, that pesky. The gap is just under 0.6 of a second.
Fabio Quartararo on front. He's got so much more speed than Doviziozo. He almost passed him around the outside.
Marques is in the Saxon Ringers. Petrucci moves his way through at Hogerheimer next weekend for the Ducati boys in the Saxon Ring. We saw there a moment for Petrucci going into the first quarter.
Top 10 with Aprilia.
Yeah, that would be an awesome job. Awesome job. Only his second top 10 in 13 this would be.
Rear end of Mavrick Vinales. He's got a second lead now though, and surely now, finally, after an incident that we're going to have to analyse later between Valentino Rossi and Nakagami.
For Cliff, they're all in 35s. Vinales, 34.0 cycle, and this is what he can do. The Top Gun's been firing on all cylinders today.
I have to say, he's come back after the disappointment of Catalonia, but more importantly, he's raced.
He's not finished lower than second. Make that 13 on the spin, and his championship lead is going to look like...
From free practice 1 onwards, his pace has been outstanding. His philosophy, man, and Yamaha look like they're going to get their first win.
A year later in 2012, a couple of podiums in Moto.
He wins here in Assen. They're crucial 20 points for the world champion.
Some all weekend, absolutely brilliant performance then by Mavrick Vinales, 2 Yamaha.
And now for sure we will enjoy this victory. Is just a pity for Vale.
But this man all weekend was in absolutely imperial. This man has finished inside the top 2. Just keeps racking up the points. Quartararo, third, Vinales, the eventual winner. They're not his championship threat.
Your Dutch TT winner in 2019 is Mavrick Vinales, and he rewards them with a first victory as a new Mavrick Vinales.
Pre-race he said that the Yamahas were the favourites. He tends to get his pre-race predicted though by this man Andrea Doviziozo, who remains